our founding father and first president, George Washington, who is accompanied by his wife, Martha. You will meet famous explorers along the way like Ponce de Leon, pioneers, Indians, and migrants. Now here's our founding father, George Washington, with his wife, Martha. We hope you enjoy this report.
Hello, my name is George Washington.
And I'm Martha Washington. George and I are here to tell you the marvelous story of how our country began. It's a story filled with excitement and drama,
Dreams of gold, the clash of nations.
and best of all, we get to play the starring roles. Oh, George, I never get tired of this. The bright lights, the photographers, it just makes me want to salute something.
I, Lee Harrison, claim this land for me and all the Vikings.
Excuse me, but we're starting a show here.
I know. I visited America nearly 1,000 years ago. I want some credit for being in the 13 colonies. I was here first.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't.
Not at all. Native Americans were here hundreds of years before you arrived. Isn't that right, George?
Oh, sorry. Okay then, back to Minnesota.
In fact, let's take a visit to the eastern seaboard in the 16th century and see what's going on with local Indian tribes.
Here comes the Iroquois, and George, they don't look happy.
We lived on this land for hundreds of years. There's no place we haven't been. But something is new, the neighborhood's changed. The Europeans are moving in.
I drink from every fountain, though I don't have a thirst. And every stream and river, I think I'm gonna burst. Is that something from a swan? I'll try it. Here's to my new liquid diet. Are my wrinkles disappearing? Is my gray beard turning black? Tell me, boys, I must know the truth. Am I younger? Am I taller? Has my bald spot gone away? Have we found the fountain of youth? I drink from every fountain, though I don't have a thirst. And every stream and river, I think I'm gonna burst. Is that something from a swan? I'll try it. Here's to our new liquid diet. Are my wrinkles disappearing? Is my gray beard turning black? Tell me, boys, I must know the truth. Am I younger? Am I taller? Has my bald spot gone away? Have we found the fountain of youth? The fountain of youth. The fountain of youth.
Good evening again. My husband George got a splinter from his wood ventures, and he's having his scalp massaged. Isn't that remarkable? Now, where are we? Ah, yes. The 1600s brought British to America. You know what that means. Jamestown, John Smith, Pocahontas. You know the story. You've seen the movie. You've bought the product times. Life was tough for the first pioneers as they traveled through the frontiers. Let's get up close and personal with some young boys and girls. Tell me, what's your life like?
Out of bed, but I'm still asleep. Got potatoes to feed the sheep. Got no shoes, but I knocked the door. Ringing more than I'm gone once more.
Okay, here we go. Name the colony founded as a breakfast for Quakers, led by William Penn, in Philadelphia, chartered in 1682 between New York and Maryland. And Betsy, it's not Idaho. Got the answer? Idaho! No. I really love those potatoes. Forget it. Start the music.
Colonies of Hampshire, York, and Jersey are quite new. We're all aware that Delaware is something special too. Maryland's a fairy land I'll never leave behind. Connecticut is cool and Georgia's always on my mind. Jamestown, Virginia is where it all began. The Carolinas, so warm we got a tan. Rhode Island now is mine, and it's so tiny and so cute. Pennsylvania's perfect, Massachusetts is a beaut. These 13 colonies are all we need for pioneers. I doubt we'll need another one for several hundred years.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's great to be back. What a super audience. You know, Martha, I always say Laguna Beach audiences are the best in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Your smile looks wonderful, George. It's amazing what they can do with mahogany these days.
I thought I'd introduce you to one of the most famous men of the 18th century. Benjamin Franklin is perhaps. Who are you?
We're the history police. The history police? I don't believe I'm familiar with your organization.
That's right, man. The history. We're here to see that you don't mess around with this.
We enforce the facts of history, and we just caught the TV going pretty fast there a minute ago. Pretty fast. 150 years of American history in 5 minutes. Way over the speed limit.
You flew right past the development of the 13 colonies. 1 minute we're on the frontier, next minute we have all 13 firmly established.
We only have 25 minutes to get through, though.
And now you're simply introducing Benjamin Franklin. Have you no respect for the flow of history?
I'm sorry, bud.
But we listen. We're gonna let you off with a warning this time.
This time. But you better slow things down. Explain to your audience what's going on. We won't go so easy on you next time.
We were very lucky, George. I had no idea.
Oh, here he comes now. Ben Franklin, can you stop for a minute?
A penny saved is a penny earned.
Sure, Ben, but I was wondering if...
Lost time is never found again.
Ben, could you just stop for a minute to talk?
I've got my work, I've got success. I've got my little printing press. I've got 4 Richard's almanac to publish too. My math's so slow they wouldn't write. I've got my string, I've got my kite. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do. Little strokes fell great oaks. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. I'm a walking book of famous quotes. I hope somebody here is taking notes. My Franklin stove is really hot. I hope my fire department's not. As postmaster, I have to see the mail get through. What's likely like? What could it be? I know someday I'll find the key. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do. God helps them that help themselves. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Vessels large may venture more, but Little boats should keep near shore. Hey, that's good. Hey, that's good. You can think I've time to stop and chat. When I keep coming up with things like that, so off I go to something new. We whiz kids have so much to do. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do. I'm sorry, but I've simply got a million things to do.
I'll tell you why we're fighting the French and the French are in the New War. It's over religion.
No, I'm simply telling you it's over control of the fur trade.
You're both dumb. We want land, the French want land, something's gotta give.
It's religion.
Trading rights.
It's a fight for power.
Wait, maybe you were alright. But I'll tell you why we're really fighting.
Why?
It's because we're rich and they're so, how do you say it? French.
Yeah, that's it.
They wear hardly anything on our fine beaches. They eat things like goose liver, snails, and quiches. They jump in our kitchens and think they are the bosses. They smear all our meat with all kinds of great sauces. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and say adieu. You can bet your shampoo the French have got to go. They don't understand what we're trying to say. We order soft water and they graciously play. We tell them it's casual, they still wear ties. We serve them some chips and they act surprised. Oh, the French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. The French have got to go. Come on, it's westward ho. There's just one thing we can do. We must fight and fight the coup. You can bet your shampoo the French have got to go. The French have got to go.
Things are getting exciting now. We're in Boston in 1773.
Hold it right there.
The history police again.
You're a troublemaker, aren't you, Mr. Washington?
Having a little fun with the French and Indian War, weren't we?
Well, history is not about fun, Mr. Washington. No, sirree.
No, sir. Where's the facts? The dates? The family tree?
You've got to explain things. Tell the audience that after the French are defeated in the war, the British and colonists will have to struggle for control of the land.
Control of no land, Mr. Washington. We're not going to warn you again.
Well, here we are again, in Boston, in 1773, on a cold night in Boston. The colonists are not happy with British rule.
Coke here, Coke right here, Pepsi, Pepsi Cola, Ice Cold Pepsi right here.
Hey, you, wait, I'll take one of those.
Hey, aren't you Samuel Adams?
Yes, I am. This is my cousin John Adams and his wife Abigail Adams, and she's holding little John Quincy Adams.
So you're the Adams family?
Yes, we are.
Then where's Uncle Fester? And since when did upper crust colonists like yourself start drinking soda instead of drinking tea?
Since Parliament back in England put taxes on all the imported tea, we're going to show the British they can't get away with it.
Horse
General, first president, father of our country had some small part in it all. The colonists were ready to fight for freedom.
It's our Revolutionary War.
With this solid constitution, this new country will get off to a flying start. Let's end our review of the 13 colonies with a challenge